Welcome back aboard the crazy train. Taking a look at the what I did here on the grow chamber. Still a lot more growth on this side than this side. What I did, I raised the lights and I added the shop lights that I tested before. I put one on each side of each set of lights. What I'm going to do is change this into my bedding plant start, so it's not as critical to get the right light as to get enough light so they don't get all stretchy. And so I'm going to take all this and feed it to the chickens, level this all out, and throw all my starter plants under here to get them a good start. I just checked the bricks here. It's the same bricks on both sides, but obviously substantially more growth under the hidden harvest lights. And the longer this runs, the more that really shows itself. So if you're going to have the same bricks, you may as well have the better growth. Alright, so I'll be back when I get this all set up for the transplants and a few more updates. So I've cleared out all the plants out of here, and the chickens are really going to enjoy that. And this is what I've done this year for starting the plants. I'm using all recycled, repurposed containers because I'm cheap. And this type of setup is available to anybody, anywhere. So I'll just go through some of this. Starting some pampas grass for a neighbor. And I don't know if you could see. There's one there. And a couple over there. And I've got a Hungarian heart tomato from Baker Creek. I've got some Little Fingers eggplant, also from Baker Creek. They're starting up pretty nice. Manitoba tomatoes, some are for neighbors, and the rest I'll just sell to whoever. Here's some more tomatoes. There's an ox heart and one with an Italian name I can't pronounce. They're a good paste tomato. Brandywine, very popular from years ago, so I started those again. As you can see, when I had them in the house under poor lighting, they got a little leggy, but tomatoes are okay that way. You can transplant them and bury them deep, and the stem will develop more roots. Over here we got the mystery pepper. It'd be interesting to see what those are. Some cucumbers that again got leggy because of lighting, and the California wonder peppers. And over here we have some more tomatoes that are being started for a neighbor. I believe these are the beefsteaks. And I also did, because it's that time of year, I did a germination test on an ancient grain called spelt that dates back 5,000 years. So what I do is I just throw it in a wet paper towel, throw it in a container. So by the looks of it, I've got some really good germ on this. So it's good to go for seed. And like all these ancient grains that I deal with, this is less than 48 hours. This is just over 24 hours, and look at the growth we've got here. This is just amazing. You cannot stop these ancient grains from growing. That's why I like them so much. And when you're going into a time of grand solar minimum, when the weather's going to be unpredictable, erratic, you want grains that are going to stand up to it. And if these varieties, like the spelt, the einkorn, emmer, all these varieties that predate 1900, they made it through this before, they'll make it through it again. So let's just call them grand solar minimum varieties. So that's how I've got it set up, and as these get their true leaves, it'll be transplanting time. So that's it for the planting update, and I got a couple more things to show before we sign off. So I'll just show you a little bit of the back part of my shop, which you would see on my little greenhouse tour video from a few months ago. I'm stripping it down to make it into a greenhouse. As you can see, there's the original wall when this place was built back in 1970. And I think I found out where my leaks come from. Anyway, got styrofoam for free from somebody that did a basement or something. So I'm cutting it up. It's time consuming, but it's free. I'm stuffing it in there, using some spray foam to seal it up. Then I'll run poly over it, and then put the tin from the outside of the building on the inside of the building here in the back wall. That tin, when the sun shines on it, puts out an amazing amount of heat. So we're going to work on trying to capture some of that heat. And of course you hear my rooster in the background. He's a little vocal this morning as usual. Doesn't know when to keep quiet. I need a little on-air light in there to tell him to shut up. But anyway, so that's how the progress is going here. I'm going to be stripping this tin off the ceiling, and then covering it probably this year with just a woven poly cover. I'll take my other greenhouse apart and use those panels on the front wall, and we'll take it from there. So that's how the greenhouse project is going. It should be done by now, but yeah, you know how things go. So that's the greenhouse update, and got one more update for you. And just a little chicken update. So we'll end the video on a little bit of a fishy note here. I'd like to thank all the new subscribers for showing up. I'd like to thank Diamond for giving another shout out. We've got a fantastic community here with Oppenheimer Ranch and Adapt 2030, and of course Christian over at Ice Age Farmer. You can't beat the Boom Squad. So like if you like, subscribe if you haven't, pass the word, stay safe. This is the Crazy Canuck from Saskatchewan, Canada. Talk to you later.